Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Philippine Adventures. I'm here outside. It's raining, but normal rains every day, right? Today we're going to talk about something that you'll eventually need when you come to the Philippines. It's two things. You'll need both of these, or either one or both. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to do my very best to stay out here and do this video because it offers something different than I normally would do. And I know the roosters are loud, the dogs are loud, the motorcycles, the karaoke, the chainsaws, the everything. We're going to talk about buying a car, buying a motorcycle, buying a vehicle. Where are the best places to look for a vehicle or a car or some type of motorcycle? Now, a lot of these, there's a lot of places to look. There really, it depends on where you live. If you live, say for instance, if you live close, like in close to a big metropolitan city, like I'm just using Davao or you're in Bohol or places like that, maybe Naga, CDO, Bacolod, Iloilo. There's always car lots, and they'll be able to find a car there. But don't trust all the car lots because you don't know where the cars come from. You don't know what kind of maintenance has been done on those cars, if any maintenance at all. It's really hard to trust that. So really, I look like I have a black eye on this side, don't I? Oh, it's the light. Huh. The other alternative is bank repos. You can go on BDO, BPI bank sites, and you can actually pick up some really good deals on the repos. What they do, they'll have a repo that they picked up that somebody didn't make payments on, and say they've had it for whatever time frame, and you can pick up some really good deals on it. I suggest look at there. Another great place to look at if you're looking for a car is go on Facebook Marketplace and check that out. They have a lot of listings in there for cars. Now, you're not always going to find a car that's really suited for your needs. The cars themselves nowadays are, a lot of times, they're just trying to get rid of them, or they had them for a period of time and they're really run down. But every once in a while, you'll find some good deals. Ruth and I saw 2 or 3 good deals before we bought the van in there, but they're a little pricey. It went a little pricey, about $1,000 more than you probably should pay. Really, the bank repos is really the best place to buy. We bought this van from a Japan surplus, and basically they churn and burn. That's what they do. They churn and burn. They buy them from Japan, bring them over, get 17 cars out of one container, vans, and then they build them up as quickly as possible, and they sell it as quickly as possible. You have to really check those out. Have a mechanic check them out. Make sure everything's good. Then, once you have it, then you can get those anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. Or a used car, new used car, depending on the age, you're still going to spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 more. Now, this vehicle had 158,000 on it. You're going to find that some have a little bit more than that, or some less. I did see one the other day in Davao that had like 100,000 miles on it that got from Japan. There are great places to buy those. There's some guys who really do a great job in rebuilding those, and they do a good job. If you've been interested in a van, the best place is probably Davao to get one. We bought ours here in town, and they can't keep up with them anymore. Meaning, whatever they get, they sell as quickly as possible. They have 2 offices, one here and one in Malay, and one in Malay is empty, one here is empty. So when they get one in a lot, usually someone's there to look at it and they buy it. These vans go fast, very fast. I understand the Davao one goes very fast also, meaning the ones coming Davao, they get a few containers a month, and they probably sell more cars than any dealership in the Philippines. They ship them all over the Philippines. Pampanga, Manila, Cavite, just all over. I mean, all over. Duma, They make them, churn them, and burn them, and they sell them sight unseen. I wouldn't pay $5,000 or $3,000 for a car and have that. $4,000 for a car and not see it, feel it, drive it. But they do it. That's the Filipino. So really the best thing to do is go check those out. But if you're looking for a car, marketplace, BPI, BDO, you can actually go online, BDO Surplus or BDO Repos, and they'll have them there. You can actually check it out. You'll find some pretty good deals. I did see some nice new cars at a fair price. Where somebody's paid on it for a period of time, someone lost their job, just wasn't able to make the payments anymore, and the car is really good shape. And you'll see a lot of that. We saw a couple in town that the bank had them and made a loan on them, and they picked them up. There seems to be a lot of that. I don't know how much there is. I'm not in the U.S. If I was in the U.S., I could tell you exactly, but I'm not here. They don't keep any records. They don't keep anything here, so there's no way of keeping up how many repos is being repossessed and how many is being loaned out, and they don't keep any records at all. So it's kind of hard to know. The vehicles most of the time are fairly maintained, but I would take it to a mechanic, a trusted mechanic to know. Now listen, something very important here, very, very, very important. The vehicle that you buy, diesel or gas, make sure you make decision automatic or manual transmission. Manual transmission, you have to shift it all the time. Up and down, up and down, up and down the mountains. Is an automatic transmission just as good? Sure, it's just as good. If you're planning on keeping the car 5-10 years, automatic transmission is fine. If you plan on keeping the car 20 years, manual transmission is fine. Probably a better situation. The reason why is you up and down those grades all the time. You're constantly up and down the gears because those grades are so high, so you have to put it in low gear coming down that mountain, or you'll be doing 100 miles an hour. I mean, the grade is really down. I mean, you're going down like this in some cases. So you better put it in low gear, or you're going to be going 100 miles an hour, or you wear out your brakes. Either that or buy a new set of brakes every few months. With the advantage of having a manual transmission is you can shift it and hold it down and it'll go down the mountain. But there's a disadvantage to that too. Going up the mountain, you're very slow, it's very limited. If a truck stops on a hill, and it happens all the time, you're dead stopped on a mountain road and you have a clutch to deal with. If you're not an experienced driver, you can actually get yourself in trouble because these mountain roads are very tall. And I've encountered it. I'm experienced though. I have a lot of experience driving a stick shift. Heck, I learned on a column. You guys remember the column shifts? So you have to really be careful with that. So I suggest if you're not seasoned enough, and even in driving, you're going to want an automatic in driving here. Another point is if you had to change the lane quick, you're in first gear, you're second gear, you need to make a change in the lane, or you're in third gear and you slam on the brakes and you make a change of lane, all of a sudden your car goes slower, cause an accident. You just have to be very careful because there's so many people. All of a sudden you can be fine and one there, and then 10 people surround you. So I have to be very careful of that. I want to do this video today. People ask me, hey, where do I get a car? I want to buy a car. I want to get a car. So BPI, BDO, online, Facebook Marketplace, and or a mechanic shop that has a good mechanic, that's someone that you know a family may recommend, may have a car or two there themselves. God bless everybody. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for always watching my videos. Oh, it's raining. All right, Homer, inside. You don't want to go inside half the time.